Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's devotion for November 13th. Today's devotion is titled True Friends. Today's Bible reading is from 1 Samuel chapter 18, verses 1 to 4, and chapter 19, verses 1 to 6. After David had finished talking with Saul, he met Jonathan, the king's son. There was an immediate bond between them, for Jonathan loved David. From that day on, Saul kept David with him and wouldn't let him return home. And Jonathan made a solemn pact with David because he loved him as he loved himself. Jonathan sealed the pact by taking off his robe and giving it to David, together with his tunic, sword, bow, and belt. Saul now urged his servants and his son Jonathan to assassinate David. But Jonathan, because of his strong affection for David, told him what his father was planning. "Tomorrow morning," he warned him, "you must find a hiding place out in the fields. I'll ask my father to go out there with me, and I'll talk to him about you. Then I'll tell you everything I can find out." The next morning, Jonathan spoke with his father about David, saying many good things about him. "The king must not sin against his servant David," Jonathan said. "He's never done anything to harm you. He has always helped you in any way he could. Have you forgotten about the time he risked his life to kill the Philistine giant, and how the Lord brought a great victory to all Israel as a result? You were certainly happy about it then. Why should you murder an innocent man like David? There is no reason for it at all." So Saul listened to Jonathan and vowed, "As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be killed." In high school, I had a sometimes friend. We were buddies at our church, and we occasionally hung out together outside of school. But at school, it was a different story. If she met me by herself, she might say hello, but only if no one else was around. Realizing this, I rarely tried to gain her attention within school walls. I knew the limits of our friendship. We've probably all experienced the pain of disappointingly one-sided or narrow friendships. But there's another kind of friendship, one that extends beyond all boundaries. It's the kind of friendship we have with kindred spirits who are committed to sharing life's journey with us. David and Jonathan were such friends. Jonathan was one in spirit with David and loved him as himself. Although Jonathan would have been next in line to rule after his father Saul's death, he was loyal to David, God's chosen replacement. Jonathan even helped David to evade 2 of Saul's plots to kill him. Despite all odds, Jonathan and David remained friends, pointing to the truth of Proverbs 17:17, "A friend loves at all times." Their faithful friendship also gives us a glimpse of the loving relationship God has with us. Through friendships like theirs, our understanding of God's love is deepened. Who do you consider a true friend? Why? How is it comforting to know that God is our truest friend? Thank you for joining me for today's devotion, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.